What's up? Yay, Clark. Hi, happy Monday. Do you guys see me? You hear me? What's going on? What's the vibes? It's a good night. I feeling like it's a good night. I'm feeling refreshed after my day of rest. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Hi, beautiful. I'm Clark. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. Yes, Kim. Hi, my love. Welcome, Kim. I appreciate you guys for being here. It's a few of us tonight. Okay, so we're reviewing. Thank you, Stephanie. Hi, Tipsy Gypsy. Queen Tipsy. Tipsy's like everything you need all at once. All the good stuff. So if you see her in chat, hit her up, let her know what's up, show her love. She's cool. Let's see. We're reviewing Jen Soto Potato Head. Stupid Potato Head. I'm sorry. I have nothing nice to say about her. I think, I always feel like I don't want to talk about my personal stuff on a live stream that I'm doing on another case, but I have been through trauma myself, and I just feel like, Jen Soto is like another thing, right? I don't agree with her. I have some type of feeling about her. Um, the abuse. Hi, ATS. The abuse in the household going on. Can we normalize that? Like, I know it's so weird. No one wants to talk about it. Even now, as an adult, like, I feel like I go into chats and people don't want to talk about it. Like, people don't want to talk about childhood trauma, childhood abuse, SA abuse. Let's normalize it. It's very common. I know it's heartbreaking to say that, but it is. It's very common. Um, I think it's okay. I want my channel and my platform to be that, just the place where I can understand and empathize. And mental health is critical. I really do feel like I've had my fair share with like mental health and just trauma in general, whether we experience it by divorce, familial issues, childhood issues, um, generational issues, race issues. I mean, it can go on so many ways, right? Like, I just feel like you guys still see me and hear me. Clark says, I think Jen Soto is a mother of the daughter I would have, right. So I just want to welcome that on my channel. Maybe we can talk about it on a different live, but tonight we're going to focus on Maddie. We're going to go over potatoes interviews, Jen Soto. Hi, Esther. Good to see you here. Thanks for making it. Thanks. Thanks, Tips. I appreciate you. Okay. So anyways, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Let's get back to the topic of tonight is Maddie Soto. We're gonna cover, and that's what I mean is like this case is it's rough. You don't want to talk about child abuse. You don't want to talk about things like that. I'm a Latina, so I come from a culture where like none of that is even welcome. Back in the day, like you couldn't talk about stuff like that. And I know it's weird. You're like, what are you talking about in 2024? But it's very much realistic. And I want to normalize that. It's okay. Like we all go through shit. We all have our own traumas. No one's perfect. No one's made the same. You can come online and pretend to be someone you're not. You can pretend to be someone you're not in life in general. But I feel like at the end of the day, we all have our things, right? And I think that's okay. And recently, like creating my own channel, there was someone who was like trying to blackmail me for that. Like, I know it sounds brutal. You're like, what do you mean? Are people that evil? Absolutely. I haven't addressed any of it. I don't think it's the right time. Like I want to focus on true crime. maybe like in a week or two, maybe we can address it. Like we can have a conversation about it, right? Like you guys who know me here, my followers, my viewers, and people who can empathize with real mental health, like real shit. No one wants to talk about the horrible things they have lived through. I can sit here and tell you that. Why would we want to talk about it? Why do we want to? It makes us look weak, right? Like you would think in a certain set of mind, you think like it makes you look weak, like having to have like dealt with specific issues in situations, right? That maybe you had no control of. And I think that, again, speaking of the Maddie Soto case, I think we need to normalize that. It's okay. Like we all have our problems. No one is wired the same. No one is the same. You can't use people's life or people's past against them. I really think it's inhumane, it's trashy, it's disgusting. I don't really care. Like if you're here watching me tonight, I don't really care who you were in the past. People, I believe people can change and we all go through things. And so it doesn't mean I give Jen Soto a pass. Absolutely not. I think she's a dirty potato head. I think I can't. I can't. Like, we listen to these interviews, we see all this true crime, we experience life, and I can't empathize with it. I feel like she knew what was going on with Maddie Soto, and I wish people were able to help Maddie Soto, and then I wish that things were different for her and for ourselves, right? Whether we grew up and dealt with trauma now or in the past or hypothetically in the future. And so like I want my channel to be just that. And so like there's things that we can talk about, like on a Melly After Dark, we can talk about like our problems and our issues and mental health. But I also want to make a live talking about like mental health, right? It's important, it's critical. I'm a huge advocate for it. I welcome it. I really do. We're all troubled in some way. No one's perfect, but we are, right? We're perfectly imperfect. And I feel like that's important in true crime and just in life. So let me say hi to everyone. You're like, Melly, this isn't like, you're like, this isn't like an emotional Monday, but it is because we're talking about Maddie Soto and child abuse. And I'm not a parent, so it's like different for me, right? And that plays a role into this, and the legality of it all, like whether she's held guilty or not, Stephen Stearns abuse, the court system, like it's a whole thing. So I don't cover the case dot to dot, and we're kind of like just going, from interview to interview here. That's not the point of this channel. The point of the channel is to like cover true crime, but also like empathize with one another. I like that connection. I like to know that we've all been there because we all have. And we're all wired differently, right? And mental health and trauma and perspectives and opinion, it's different to all of us across the board. You and I, we think differently. We're wired differently. I grew up differently. My morals and beliefs are different. Like, we need to just realize that's like a thing. Like, we're not all going to agree and have the same thoughts, but I want like my channel and like this case to be a place where we come together. Okay, anyways, moving on. We're going to play the interviews. Hi, Patronus. Hi, Jojo, Kristen, Stephanie. La la la. You guys are like, Melly, shut up. Stop talking. I know. Forgive me. It's not enough to. Hi, Stephanie. Hi. I'm Clark. Okay, so tonight we're going to play. So on a couple days ago, I played Jen Soto's interview for March 1st. And so today we're going like, we're backtracking a little. I know. You're like, Melly, why do we have to play games? Like, you're talking about March 1st and then you go like back in time. My bad. Yeah, no. There's a lot. There's a lot of information, a lot of creators, a lot of stuff going on. So we're just gonna go my vibe. You can hang out and you're welcome. Hi. Hey Jojo. Jojo's like, bye Melly. Hi, my beautiful Lily. Thank you, Lily, for being here. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, real talk. That's just it. I don't want to pretend to be anything I'm not here. And like recently creating my channel, like someone threatened to like blackmail me on like supposedly like mental health things that I've been through. And like one, it's illegal. Sometimes dealing with mental health issues and stuff like that, you never know to what extent people deal with it. So yeah, in a sense it becomes illegal, but it's also like inhumane, right? Like it's disgusting, it's petty, it's gross. Why are you going to use someone's past against them? It's not anyone's place to talk about what they've been through except when they talk about it, right? So like here I am talking about all this true crime. If I don't want to talk about my life right now, that's okay. I think we can address that later, and we can talk about your life. And like I want my channel to be like somewhere we can have people like on panel and talk and even come hang out even tonight, like whenever, right? Like I said, I welcome all of it. And so I just think like it's petty. Do I want to go to petty university? Absolutely not. But anyways, okay, so tonight we're going to play Jen Soto, Potato Head, stupid Potato Head, who I think is guilty in the crime of Maddie Soto. Like I said before, abuse, maybe like one time you didn't know for like a short period of time. I might put it past you that you didn't know what was going on, but anything other than that, I think it's ignorism and narcissistic, right? Like we know what Maddie was going through. No one wants to talk about it. It's brutal. It is. No one wants to talk about a child being abused. Like, let me say that out loud and normalize that. It's okay. It happens. As a mental health advocate, you know, it happens more between families and strangers. I know. Sick, right? It's okay. Everyone who has dealt with SA is a victim of it. And I want my channel to be that. We can talk about it. It's okay. No one's going to judge you here. And if people are going to be rude and gross, then clearly YouTube has the protocols, right, in line for that. But anyways, okay, moving on. You're like, get off the soapbox. Okay, so we're going to share my screen. We're going to play. So tonight we're going to play Jen Soto's interview, 3 interviews from Jen Soto. They equal to like, one's like 20 minutes, one's like 13 minutes, and then one's like, so it's like, it varies. So if you can hang out, cool. Hey, welcome. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Melly. Welcome to my channel. You're welcome here anytime. We don't condone bullying. We don't condone victim blaming. We don't condone shaming. We don't condone any of that. We're just a cool place to hang out and all come here and enjoy true crime. My girl ATS is in the chat. And if you haven't visited her channel, go visit ATS News. She's lovely, beautiful, great content. And I'm okay with that. Like, I welcome other channels here, and I like I said before, it's not a Melly After Dark, but we can talk about recently, like some channels. But for tonight, you can be on your way and know that following ATS News is a good channel, good people, genuine people. I appreciate that. I do. You know, like being a mod on YouTube, I know we're not going to talk about me being a mod, but and then having like kind of creating like my own little platform, it's different. And so I can appreciate the good vibes. Hi, Jenna Gypsy. Hi, Crime to Remember. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Gypsy. Clark. ATS News. Stephanie, Kristen, Jojo, Lily. Crime to Remember. C. Vincent. I know you're like, shut the hell up, Melly. This isn't like we're not your therapist. You're like, we don't want to hear your shit. Okay, all right. I'm done. Let's play. So I'm gonna play the Jen Soto interview. There's 3 of them. They're very short. Hey, big girl for life. Let me know if you guys can see and hear it. We're gonna start by the first one.
/11
February 27th, Jen Soto, Potato Head. Potato Head interview number 1.
313. Today's date is February 27th, 2024. The time is 23:32 hours. Gonna speak with Jennifer Soto. Hey, Jennifer. I haven't introduced myself. My name's Myra Taglo. Okay, I'm a detective with the sheriff's office. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you mind if we talk over there by the car?
Okay, wait. Can you guys hear that? I need to check in with you guys real quick. Melly, I saw you. Pascal. Yeah. Yes, Jenna. I've been around everywhere. Jenna just see. I do mod for Pascal show. Check him out. He's great. Yeah, it's like group therapy. It's like, shut the fuck up, Melly. You're like, we don't want to hear about your problems. I like it. I like to get personal with people. I like to talk about my feelings. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Like, you guys want to talk about it? Okay, good. Cool. All right, you guys can hear it. Let's move on.
That's fine.
Yeah. Where? Inside the house?
In the car.
Yeah. My car?
Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. Does it lock?
No, it should be fine.
Okay. Over here,
Are we
please.
going to be able to go back home soon?
I'll explain it in a second. Okay? I have a question too before we get started. Somebody said something like somebody in here has a gun. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
That's a true statement.
Okay, where is this gun at right now?
It is upstairs.
Wait, hold on, rewind. I'm sorry. We're playing interviews from Grizzly True Crime. I do have the content, but she put it together nicely. And like, can we appreciate Grizzly True Crime? Well, we know, we love her. We love her. Need I say more? Absolutely not. I'll drop her link in the chat in my description. You already know who she is, 𝐁𝐮𝐲, Grizzly True Crime. You see me there in her chat supporting. Go support. Go show love. She uploaded this like on her own PowerPoint, and I just didn't do that tonight. I had the actual police files, and I was like, you know what? She already did it. She's a queen anyways. Why not show love? Everyone else is anyways. So fair use, and like, go show her love. I'll link everything. You already know. I'm always there supporting her. Super chatting her. She's been on Vinny's channel, modding for Vinny, 𝐷𝐞𝐫, etc. So go check her out for sure.
Upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's not like in any of these cars out here.
No, I don't believe so. I think it's upstairs in the guest bedroom. Bedroom number 4. It's got a number 4 on it.
Okay, how certain are we of that?
As far as I know, the gun is inside upstairs. I haven't heard of it being in the car.
Okay. Let me just move my purse.
If you want to take driver.
I could be incorrect. I'm not sure.
If you want to start the car and just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Let me make this. I know it's not the most comfortable.
Bedroom number 4. Okay. Is it normal? It doesn't have to be like exact time, but like just. Oh, and then yesterday she had her, or Sunday she had her birthday party, right?
Sunday she had her birthday party.
Okay, what time was that party at?
It started at 3 o'clock.
Okay, from 3 to what time?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I was at work.
Oh, okay, you weren't there.
But I know my sister.
home around 8:30. Was Stefan here at that time? I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after. And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds, and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She takes showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until, I'm going to say 10:30. Okay. And then at 11, I sent them to bed. Did Stefan make it to the party? No. Okay. And then once you get here, you said you sent her to bed at 11. And the following morning, well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You send him upstairs, right? How many bedrooms are upstairs? 3. Okay. Where? In bedroom number 4. Okay. And what about Stefan? Bedroom number 4. Okay. Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room? Sometimes. When I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when also a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all 3 of us. Or sometimes Stefan will go upstairs and in our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing. Okay, where were you sleeping? Downstairs in the king size bed. Okay. Is it just you 2 here?
I'm curious. Can we elaborate? Like, let me know what it was like for you growing up with siblings, not siblings, parents, step parents, real parents, no parents, all parents. Did you have your own bedroom? What was it like? Can we have like a little family discussion? Absolutely, Lily. Lily's like, Jen Soto makes my skin crawl. I can't stand when Jen says her hypervigilant. Oh, right, Jenna Gypsy. She's great. Oh, Grizzly, yeah. I love Melanie though. I don't know. I think it's interesting.
Well, you guys have a roommate, right? We have 2 roommates, and one of the roommates has a son who's here like a little bit more than half the week. So what rooms do you guys use? The room downstairs, the master bedroom downstairs, and room number 4. Okay. So
yeah, Clark says everyone has their own bedroom. Or Slow Morrison says everyone has their own bedroom. Clark says I always had my own bedroom. My daughter always had her own bedroom. See, and it differs, right? No judgment. We all grew up different, like completely. But for me, even now, like as an adult, and I'm very close to my dad. He's my best friend. 100%. And so like I hang out with him all the time, and he's seen me at my worst and he's seen me at my best, right? So like even now he's weird about it. Like he's like, "Oh, you want to come sleep over for the weekend?" You know, they live far away up in the valley and I live in the city. And so they're like, "Oh, you gonna come stay for the weekend?" Okay, well, like, you know, like, okay, yeah, go sleep in your room. And like me and mom, and I'm like, "You're telling me this as like an adult." I'm like, I probably won't even be home. Like I'll probably be out or something, right? But like the fact that he doesn't even want to deal with it. Like we're all different. We all grew up differently. Did I cuddle with my dad? Yeah, I did. We did. We like watched movies together and stuff, but never like to this extent, right? At all. And so even now, like what I'm saying as an adult, he's like, he's not even okay with it. I'm in my 30s and he's like, there's your room, you know, and like sometimes, you know, I'm so appreciative of it because it's like if I want to decompress, I can just go there and be like whatever and like throw my shit on the ground and be like, okay, I'm at my parents' house, like it's the weekend time, whatever, like. But that's what I'm saying is like he always gave me my own privacy. And if you didn't have that, that's okay. I want to know like the dynamics behind that. Like I said, I'm a true mental health advocate in trauma and like dealing with this kinds of stuff. I welcome it. So I'm always curious, like how people grow up and live. Everyone's different, households are different, cultures are different,
I'm sorry,
personalities are
it
different.
wasn't last night. It was the night before. Stefan slept in bedroom number 4 and you slept downstairs. Yeah, in the master. Okay,
Yay!
what time did you wake up? I'm gonna say around 8 o'clock in the morning. Stefan came into the room and was trying to put the leash on the dog. Somewhere between, I'm gonna say somewhere between, he came into the room somewhere between 8 and 8:15. He came in to put the leash on the dog, and I got up to try to help him because my dog is kind of a nervous dog and I didn't want him to pee on the bed. So we wrangled him, put him on his leash, and he said, go back to sleep. And I said, okay. So I laid back and went back to sleep.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who was in the kitchen. As far as I know, I came downstairs to get ready in her. So she's got, she's kind of got a bedroom in the living room. If you go, if you go into the apartment, you'll see there's like one of those fake walls, separating half the bedroom. She's got like a desk with a bedroom and a TV and a dresser. But she'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me.
Pause. Everyone in the chat talking about their dads. I appreciate that. And my heart and my love goes out to you. I can't imagine it. I recently had a conversation with one of my friends. Like, I don't know what that's like. And so, I can empathize with you and send you my love. And like, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that and that pain of losing a parent. It's not easy. It's not normal. And nothing that anyone says, whatever anyone says, is not going to make it better and is not going to change it. It's an everlasting pain that it's just something we need to, I guess adjust to would be the correct words, but in my terms, it would be more like deal with emotionally in a shitty way, hurtful, like, right? If we're gonna be real. But anyways, so thank you for sharing that here with me. ATS, Michelle Lalonde, hi my love. You say you still miss your dad. Someone else said it too. I think it was, I'm behind on chat. I know I'm slacking, but nonetheless, you know what I mean, right? And Patronus, it's okay. I welcome this place to be a place of like, let's talk about our feelings. I feel like it needs to be talked about and addressed. I'm very into my feels. I've been through a lot of trauma in my life and stuff that I want to talk about here on my channel. Just right now, there's a time and place for everything, right? But I have been through enough to know like the other side of it. So a lot of the times when there's like discussions going on and I'm modding or just in general, I'm like, there's so much I want to say. And there's like a time and place for everything. And that's why I say, like, I don't judge anyone who's been through drama or trauma or whatever in the past, even crimes. It's a whole, I believe in mental health full-heartedly, and I believe I'm a spiritual person. And so I believe that it all ties together, and how we feel and what we go through factors into the future, right? And so I think that's why I can empathize with people and like love people and accept people, whether we have a horrible past, a horrible upbringing, a horrible childhood, a horrible trauma, or maybe not. Maybe we're perfect. Who knows, right? I'm like blinking my eyes. I'm so far from it.
And then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
Okay.
Did you see her on Monday
Jenna.
morning? Visually see her? No. Did you hear her? I heard many people in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it was my roommate or her specifically.
Okay, is your roommate a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
They're both females.
When was the last time you physically saw
Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Sunday when you sent her to bed.
To bed. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, and then when you woke up, you said you woke up briefly because Stefan went in there. Did you go back to sleep?
Yes.
What time did you get up?
Let me see if I actually have my alarm set. No, I don't have the specific day on there. Let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure I woke up around 9 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left at 9:30.
I had an appointment,
I had a
right?
doctor's appointment at like 10:15.
Mm-hmm.
But they took a while. And then by the time they did my blood work and whatever, I think I got home somewhere between 11 and 11:15.
Okay. When you got back, was Stefan here?
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah.
What was he doing?
Just sitting in my room. At my computer desk on his phone.
Okay. What did you guys do?
We chatted for a little bit. I asked him what had happened because he had called me earlier at 10. Let me see.
Pause. I feel like I want to go and review these things just so we can have the conversation of like in the chat, right? And get to know each other. So like rewind. Melly, you're slacking. She went through living house. Yes, Stephanie. Hey, Jenna Gypsy, Clark. A true crime remember says, I was abused till I was 15 and left home. Unfortunately, I never knew what a healthy relationship was. I ended up with a man and was abused for 30. I thought that was normal. There's so much I could say to that. One, my heart goes out to you. The fact that you are even willing to say that in the chat speaks volumes, right? And that's okay. Going through abuse, especially SA abuse, it's bewildering. People sometimes ask, like, being a mental health advocate, they're like, when you compare it to something, what would you compare it to? And it's like night or day. It changes you. It changes your mental composition. I'm a science major, so I believe, and I'm a very spiritual person, so I believe they come intertwined. I know you're like, don't ever be my doctor, or maybe do be my doctor one day. Who knows? But I believe that trauma like affects us essentially physically, mentally, and scientifically, and our chemical makeup, whether it's physically in our brain. And so I feel like a crime to remember, you being willing to say that in the chat is major. I'm sorry you had to go through that, and there's nothing ever in this world that could probably make you feel better about that. But the fact that you survived it is like, to me, it's like a whole nother thing. Like, people who can survive that type of trauma, they're like special human beings. Like, for me, it took years of like mental help to get through like my trauma. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I can't sit here and lie. I feel like that would just be gross. But so I can empathize with that. But you're here, right? And it's hard to look at it that way, but like, and that's like, it's so beautiful, right? That we all go through our own things and trauma and problems and shit. Just life. Just life. Life, 'cause that's what it is, right? Life. We don't choose the cards that we are handed. but we can make a choice on how we deal with those cards, right? And it's hard. I get it. It's not like a time to go into my shit, but like I would definitely like to explore this topic. Like maybe tomorrow we can do like a mental health little recharge. Let's talk. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. I can talk. I can tell you guys all about my trauma and my problems and the stuff that people like threaten to blackmail me with on YouTube. Like I'm not hiding it. I just think there's a time and place for everything, right? But I welcome it. Let's talk about it. Let's see who's really like willing to deal with it and talk about it on social media, right? It's hard. It's not easy. It's not. I'm just keeping it real. Melly, I always saw you. Yes, you saw me everywhere. Pascal, yeah, everywhere. Sending hugs. All right. Get off my soapbox, Melly. Shut the hell up. Let me play the Jen Soto interview. This stupid potato head.
Pretty sure he called me around 10:18.
What did he call you for?
To let me know, that they didn't go to McDonald's as planned. He had asked her multiple times if she wanted to stop at McDonald's, because that was the plan the night before, that they were going to wake up early. He was going to take her to McDonald's, do like a special McDonald's breakfast, and then drop her off at school early because she wanted to get there a little early. But on his way to school, she was very sleepy and wanted to sleep in the car. And she said she did not want to do McDonald's. She just wanted to be dropped off. Also to let me know.
Jojo, stop. Run background checks on everyone you allow in your life. Yeah, no. Do it. You're wild, Jojo.
Know that he left his phone at home, because I had called him multiple times.
Pause, Lily. I know you have a great story. Like, in like maybe 2 more weeks, I want to start having people on panel and stuff. So like we'll start talking about all our stuff and we can all come up here and talk about our shit. Right? Let's just talk about our problems, our feelings, our emotions. I say like let's do like an expose, a Melly type of style expose. Like let me expose some stuff on the internet too. Like I think it's time we do like that type of life, right? Because like we see creators all the time, and all I have to say is like just be careful who you support. That's why like I'm coming here tonight and I'm like, Lord, please forgive me for all my sins. No, but no, really, I'm not hiding anything. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. Far, 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 far from it. But just be careful, like when with the people you support, because some people just come on here and pretend that they're not human and that they're perfect and that their shit don't stink. Absolutely it does. And at one time in my life, I could come on here and be really shitty, but I'm not.
Times and he had picked up. He had left his phone at home by accident. He had went to the vape shop, but they didn't open on time, so he had waited for quite a while in front of the vape shop. They didn't open, so he left and came back, and we hung out a little bit, and then I think he left again to the vape shop to go buy what he needed.
Okay.
Do you want the name of the vape shop?
Yes. If you have it at the top of your mind, I'm sure we're going to talk again soon, and we'll have more.
No, I'm just saying because that might be helpful if you want to see like surveillance or anything.
Okay, so at some point, I understand he gets like a flat tire, and he's not able to go with you to pick school.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And when you get to the school, how do you realize that she wasn't there?
So I I usually leave around 2:30 to pick her up. She gets out of school at 4. So I wait it takes me about 25 minutes to get to the school, and then I wait about an hour for her to get out. I waited the whole time. And then when the bell rang and then it was time for her to come out, she wasn't one of the first kids like she normally is. And I realized I was holding up the line because everyone behind me had children and they needed to get out because I was the first in line. So after about, I'm going to say, I think it was like 4:10, she didn't come out and I was holding up the line, so I drove away. I said, maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up that day because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working that day. But I had assumed that she thought, she knew that I was going to go get her. So because she never came out, I left and I went. She works less than, I'm going to say it's like a 3-minute drive from the school. It's very close. She works in the Hunters Creek Villages area. I drove that way, and I drove along the path that she would walk, and I didn't see her. And then in the office, I asked, "Hey, has she gotten here yet?" They said no, and I said, "Okay, let me wait a little bit." And I parked back again on Hunters Park Lane, I think. And I waited along that lane to see if I would see her walking, and I didn't see her walking.
Why is she acting like she's talking about like going to Baskin Robbins and getting a cone of like chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream? Like she's just like, oh, like she was missing, and so like I went to school and like picked her up. Like she's just acting like nothing happened. And Mom Clark says, listen, Jen, nothing you think she lost, right? And like emailing the school, like you're not, I'm not going to be emailing the school when my child is missing. Stephanie says, but Melly, we'd be here if you're, if you want to be shitty. It's not for tonight, but maybe like a Melly after, we're going to have a Melly after dark. I know I said that yesterday, but I need like a mental health day, like I spent the day with my mom yesterday. We went shopping, we went to lunch, like things that, and memories that one day I won't be able to like experience. And so I was going to do 2 lives yesterday, and then I was like, I'm just going to spend the day with my mom. Like Johnny says, I was at a wedding this weekend. My daughter pulled me aside and thanked me for being strict. No older boys, no sketchy friends. Always knew where she was. That was the best gift. Thank you, Clark, for sharing that. I'm very much like that with my dad. I'm always like, my dad was always like trying to keep me out of trouble, and didn't always work. And I wish that I could have been like the perfect child for him, because I think that's what he deserved. And now as an adult, I'm like, I don't deserve you. Like even this weekend, I was just like, bye. Like, don't talk to me. I love you too much. You're too good. And he's always like, I don't understand. And I'm like, it's like a whole thing. It's like a me thing, right? That's like a Melly issue. It's like something that I have to deal with on my own. But it's hard. It's like when I wasn't the best daughter or like perfect person, and he stood by me, and like now as an adult, I'm like a better person, I'm a good person, and I'm a kind person, and I can speak highly of myself on that. I'm not just here boasting my ego, but and so like it's just different as an adult, and I feel like gross. I'm like, I don't deserve that. Can you guys empathize? It's like, this isn't our therapy session. Do I owe you guys all $250? Because that's what I paid I pay my therapist, like, I think it's like $185 a session. I don't know, something like that. It's wild. So do I owe you guys all of that? No, honey. You guys are here hanging out, listening to my shit. I am paying you. Y'all are like, Melly, this wasn't time. I'm like, I might have to take this live down. We're talking about Maddie Soto, but it became about like me. I know, I'm sorry.
And it was about 4:30, 4:35. At this point, she should have. So I went back
Pay
to the
up.
office, and then I was like, "Is she here yet?" No, she hasn't gotten here. And I said, "Okay, hold on. Let me see." I called her best friend, and I was like, "Hey, are you?" I don't know if I told her I was
Pay
coming home
up.
from school today or to walk to the office, but I don't see her anywhere. And she goes, "No, she never came to school today. She didn't come to first or second period." And I said, "What do you mean? We dropped her off close to school. She should have walked to school." She goes, "No, she never made it to any of her periods." And I said, "Can you please check with your other friends in your other classes to see if she ever made it?" She got back to me and said no. At this point, I started to panic because I realized something was wrong. I emailed one of her teachers, a few of her teachers actually, and one of them responded to me. He said she didn't make it to his period at all, and he checked all her other classes, and she didn't make it to school at all. That's when I knew something was truly wrong, and I'm not sure before that email or after that email. But I started panicking and freaking out because she should have been to school. She should have made it.
And then I understand she forgot her phone, right?
Yeah.
Is it common for her to not have her phone?
Yes. She's got ADHD. She's super forgetful. She doesn't even... She never realizes that she's in the shower for a whole...
Pause. For those of us who have HD or ADHD or some... How do you feel about that? Like, do you forget your phone? Because from my experience working in a care home with children who had ADHD, they never forgot their phones. They're very smart. People with autism and ADHD. People call it like a disability, like a mental or learning disability. I think it's otherwise. I think some of the children that I've met that have autism or like a learning disability or like ADHD, like a behavioral thing, they're actually more real and like kinder than us regular humans. Well, I'm not regular. I'm an alien. Don't even include me in like humanity, honey. Bye. I've been through it all. Trauma, all of it. Like, I don't count. I don't count. I exclude myself. But like the people that I've met like with ADHD, they're like kinder and they're more understanding and they're smart. Kids with autism that I've met and stuff like that, they're very smart. It's wild how smart they are. And I wish that more people could see that.
Hour. She loses track of time. She's very...
And then you guys went looking for her, right?
Yes.
Where did you look? Like, did you drive somewhere? Did you walk? Like, where did you go look for her?
Okay. So, after her best friend called me, actually, or I talked to her best friend on the phone, I went back to the school to see, let me check her official attendance. Let me see what's going on. They were already closed. Nobody was at the school. So I searched by backtracking into the school and then coming back out and seeing that there were no kids at the school at all. So then I drove office. Everything was driving. And then I think that response from her teacher at that point. But
did you come back to the apartment at any point yesterday once you realized she was missing?
Stefan was at home waiting for us to get back. And then when I told him something was wrong, she never made it to school, he completely hauled it back to me. And then we all stood there waiting for the cops to show up, and they didn't show up till like 7:30. It took them a while to respond. I think they were looking for other missing kids around the area too. But yeah, no, we did not come back home until we were done with the police. We were done with everything. There was nothing else for us to do except come back
Where
home.
was her phone when all of this was happening?
With me.
Can someone tell me why she's not upset? Why aren't you crying? Why aren't you worried, upset, distressed, emotional, confused, lost? and pain. I mean, the range of emotions. Maybe you're in shock, Jen Soto. I don't freaking know. But why are you acting like nothing even happened? Stevens, it says Maddie would not forget her phone, especially it's going through. I know. I want to go back. I know you're like, Millie, you're slacking on the chat. No, because like when we review these things, that's what I want to do. I want this to be like a little therapy session. We can talk about our secrets. You're like, please. Teach your children about healthy relationships. Yes, a crime remember. And to like, it's okay to talk about trauma and stuff we go through. Like growing up in a Hispanic culture, like things were weird to talk about. Even now, like I talk about it with my dad, even this weekend, I'm like, you know, at some point, shit is weird. You can't have certain conversations, relationships, boundaries, it all matters. And so one can say that I'm still dealing with that shit, right? As an adult. Even just this weekend, just yesterday, I had lunch with my dad and like, I was just sitting there like rambling and you know, bless his heart. He's probably like, I've heard enough from this girl and her trauma, right? But he's a good parent. That which doesn't kill us make us stronger. I also have on my phone, it's like Matthew 19:26, but with God all things are possible, right? And I think those tie into each other. I agree with that, Kristen. Thank you for posting that in my chat. Battles are won or alone or sharing them. The beauty of healing is nature. Right, but like, why can't we talk about that? And like I said, recently I had someone like try to say that they were gonna like put me on blast about like my past, and I was like, well, one, it's illegal because I like went through the mental health system, right? And like two, it's like gross, disgusting. You might as well be Jen Soto. I mean, right? Like, why are we gonna shame each other for that stuff? Like, I can't empathize. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be disgusting to someone because of like the shit that we've been through and the things that we've been through. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm just not. We're having like a discussion here. You're like, I thought this was about Maddie Soto and Jen Soto's stupid potato head. Okay, so I'll have to like rename this live. This will probably be like a Melly After Dark. not like a Jen Soto. They sound like a jealous. Oh, thank you, Claire. Says a lot about the Melly. No, I think it's in general, right? It's not just about us. Like in general with our family, friends, relationships. I think in general, just like, let's be more kind and more accepting and like not be a follower and like not allow another person to like belittle and be gross and bully another person. Like, let's speak up for all of that. And like, if someone's talking about their trauma, like, and you don't want to talk about it, okay, then just like shun it away. Don't be rude. Like, people want to talk about their stuff. And I welcome that on here on my channel. I'm very much okay with that. I wish that YouTube didn't censor things because I would be on here telling my life story like it was no one's business. I don't think it's allowed though with like their policies. We'll see. Anyways, moving on. You're like, Melly, get off your soapbox and shut up. I appreciate you guys for being here. Gracie, I know me and Latin man growing up in the South America, we know the dangers. So no way Jen can be relaxed. Nobody in her family. Right. Michelle must try to be asleep. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Michelle's like, I don't want to hear Millie shit. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the interview.
How did you get the phone if you never came back here?
I took it with me to go pick her up from school. I was going to give it to her when she got in the car and be like, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let her play on it. I'll do that sometimes when she forgets it. I bring the phone with me and I just give it to her afterwards. But I had brought it with me to go pick her up from school.
Okay. And you works where?
I won't get you the address exactly.
Yeah. And then, did you at any point check her phone out while you had it?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay. Actually, I started looking, but I could not concentrate on reading anything. I was too panicked and too worried. I handed the phone to my sister. She's the one, and my niece. They both started going through her texts. I saw her texts. Nothing seemed weird. No weird random people. Everyone is someone I was familiar with or had heard about. They checked her Roblox.
So she's like, oh, I was worried about my family. What they would think, like, you didn't think about that before when all this abuse was happening and why you didn't have a relationship with your mother, a good, healthy one, at least from what we've heard. I think Jen Soto wins Clown of the Year, like, for like the last 10 years. Like, I can't even deal with her.
They checked her Discord. I checked her Discord as well. There was nothing weird. One of the police officers taught me to look at deleted text messages. We looked at those as well. They were random text messages deleted. They weren't anything.
Do you remember where you were when you were looking at her phone?
Yes.
Which is where?
Let me see.
Hey, When Juror Matters. Thanks for being here. Yay, you made it. You made it. Yeah, Couch Potato, the one. Yeah, no. Jen, stop talking right about now.
Is it okay if I call her?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll get the exact address.
And then while she answers, were you guys, when you guys were looking for her, did you guys keep looking for her in the Hunters Creek area or somewhere else?
Hunters Creek area.
Okay. Did you guys come back here at any point?
No.
What time did you guys come back home?
Hold on a second. What time did we come back? What time did we come back? That was a very good question. I was gonna say it was like somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock p.m.
Did you guys go back out after that?
Stefan went back out.
And this was last night, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where was after this?
With me.
Okay. Did you leave the house at any point with her phone after this?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
Hold on. No, I think it's been home all day today, too.
It's been home all day today?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What time did the police take her phone?
Oh, just kidding. Yeah, they took it. I don't have it anymore. What time did he take the phone? I've made so many phone calls today and seen so many people today that I
Was it
don't know.
light out or dark out?
It was light out. It was still Detective Hunt still yeah, it was during the daytime.
And then but other than that, her phone was here all day.
In the morning, yes.
Did you guys take the phone anywhere other than when Detective Hunt took the phone?
I think it's been home all day. I don't think I left the house with it.
Okay. Did Stefan have access to the phone?
I'm sorry, I took my medicine, so I feel a little spacey. think I've had it with me. I think it's been with me.
Okay. Did you go through her phone today?
Yes.
Okay. Where was that at?
Here.
And what were you looking for at that time?
To see if there was anything else. What we couldn't access on Monday night was Roblox. So my niece came over and logged into her Roblox and checked out messages. But then they were also, my sister was also looking for her phone to see if there was anything.
Here at the house?
Yes.
And that was today?
Yes.
Okay, do you guys have her account information as far as like her iCloud and all that stuff? Or is it just on her phone?
I've had a hard time logging into it before when I was trying to get her a new phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if I can log in to her iCloud. I think it's all on her phone.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because so like they took the phone and they downloaded it, right? They can see like if somebody tries to access her accounts and stuff like that. So if you guys do have access to anything, if you guys can refrain from like logging back in.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like she like if she tries to like access her accounts from like somewhere else, that way we can track that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So they're asking if you can, just try not logging into any more of her accounts so that when he's going through the phone, it doesn't look like she's trying to log on from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anything else that they wanted us to clarify?
Did you find the address to your...
Sorry, let me call her again.
Or what's the name of it?
Oh, if I could remember her business name, I don't know.
What kind of business?
It's an insurance business. I think Advanced Insurance something group.
And then I know that you...
So she's talking about her mom's insurance company, right? She can't remember the name. And then she uses her meds as an excuse to, like, everything's fuzzy. Can that play out in court? Essentially, yeah. Antipsychotic meds do play a factor into it, but I think Jen is a manipulative, narcissist person. So I don't buy it. I just don't buy any of it. I don't.
You've been with us for the most part of the day, right?
Yes.
We have, I want to say maybe like 40 people out here, okay? Between us and Kissimmee. And we're all, going to be working basically overnight and throughout the day tomorrow until we... Okay? Tonight, what we're going to do is, I know we already secured your house, right? We asked everybody to leave. So, another thing that I'm going to ask is if you guys can find somewhere else to stay for the night, because we're going to have Kissimmee out here at your apartment for the rest of the night, because the people that come and like take pictures and all that other stuff are not going to respond until the morning. Okay, so nobody can go into the house for the rest of the night until the house gets, we need to take pictures and do other stuff with the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
And unfortunately, because you guys have such a big apartment, it's not something that only one person does. Like, we don't do that, right? We have our forensics unit come out. And it's not something that one person can do by herself. So she has to wait until people come in, because they're on call after midnight, right? So she has to wait for the other people to come in the morning, and then they're all going to come in as a unit and try to get it done as quick as possible.
Okay. I need to go back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I have medication that I have to take
Mm-hmm.
in order to be like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a possibility that I can go back in there and get my meds?
Yes. Give me a few minutes, and then we'll try to figure out how we can get your medication. Okay, but that's something that we can definitely get. Okay. Does it make sense what I'm telling you?
Yes. I just don't know what we're gonna do about finding a place to go, but okay.
And then because
How is she more worried about her meds than like what's actually going on around her? Like the reality of your daughter being abused by your boyfriend or whatever he was. I don't buy it. Hashtag arrest Jen Soto, right? Is guilty of crime says.
lost in Stefan's car, we're also going to tow his car.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything that I'm telling you? Okay, so from now on, it'll probably be me getting in touch with you, okay? Not Detective Hunt. Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand everything that we discussed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get your direct number?
Yes.
And job address, if I remember it correctly, is 13550 Village Park Lane, Suite 125. In Orlando, Florida.
That's in
Hunters Creek.
Hunters Creek, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Village Park Drive, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 13550.
Yes.
Is that like an apartment complex?
It's a business building? I don't know. It's a building with a lot of business and offices inside.
And when did you say you were there?
I got there around 4. Well, see, I left and came back. So 4:45. I got there, and I stayed until they had left.
Were you there today?
No.
Is there one would be anywhere near that area today?
No, I don't think so. It's been with me. Oh, Detective Hunt went back to that office. I'm so sorry, and he had her phone.
Okay, he had her phone at that time.
Yeah.
Why did he go back to that office?
Because my uncle had walked the path along the trail, and he had found a wallet with not 90, but like credit cards and something that had somebody's state on it. So he went to pick it up to see if it was of any interest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my business card. I'm still here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna talk to Stefan one more time. There was like a few things that we needed to clarify with him, and then we're gonna, like, me physically, after I get done talking to Stefan, I'm gonna try to go get rest, right? Because we're gonna continue to do all this.
Yeah.
There's other detectives that are coming from my unit, okay? So, like, there's always gonna be somebody here.
Okay.
So just because I physically am not here, don't think that we're not physically working on this. We have a lot of people in our unit, right? So we're taking, like, shifts. And then the people we have violent crimes out here as well. And they're here till 4 in the morning. So I don't want you to think that, like, just because I'm leaving, that we're not still actively working on this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, they are here till 4 in the morning. And then the day shift people that also work violent crimes come in around that same time. So they're going to take over. So, like, we have, like, people working till a certain time and then other people coming and taking over, okay? So, like I said, just because I physically am not here doesn't mean that we're not still working on something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I don't remember if Detective Tagler asked, but yesterday when you guys were out looking, do you remember what time you were out looking till?
So yesterday, I stayed in the office. My family went out searching.
Which office?
13550, yeah.
You stayed until what time?
I'm gonna say somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. I left and then I came home.
You came straight here?
Yeah.
And then who was out? Your family was out looking?
Yeah, but I think they all stopped when... Actually, I'm not sure. One of my uncles might have kept searching along the trail, but I'm not sure until what time he was out. My dad as well.
What about Stefan?
Stefan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could figure out where she might be.
What car was he driving?
My car.
Was anybody driving Stefan's car?
No, just Stefan.
And what time was he out?
I have no idea. I fell asleep. But I know he drove my car because when I got into it, I said, "Oh, the seats adjusted. Did you drive my car?" He goes, "Yeah, remember I said I was going to take a drive tonight to go search for her because he does have like insomnia. He can't sleep at night sometimes, and especially like that's what's going on right now."
That's her totally covering, right? We know now because we've heard the interviews after and we know what's going on. Claire says, you didn't look, Jen. You sat on your ass and let everyone else do the heavy lifting. Absolutely. JoJo says she never looked for Maddie. She didn't care for Maddie. She just wanted to feel secure and think she had her man, and whatever infatuation she had with pig vomit, Stefan Stearns, I think it's a psychological thing. I think it goes deeper than we think. I think there's a reason why she was attracted to and connected to a predator, a murderer, an abuser. If you guys want to talk about that, we can. We're having a little therapy session. Steven says to be a fly on the wall, and after Jen and SS were interviewed by the cops, wonder what they were pissed. I bet those cops were like, we'll catch a charge. Being cops. Hey, life artist, she's not worried about it. Save your breath. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. My beautiful Gracie. Did I say hi? Gracie says, Melly, you like my clown suit? There's so many people wearing clown suits. That was my fake laugh, by the way. My sarcastic fake laugh. All right. I'm sorry.
But I'm not sure what time he may have come in or out. But if you guys look at my gate clicker, you need that to come in the front gate. You can see what times he may have come in and out.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else for you. We're gonna clear some things with Stefan, and then I will let you know before I hit him. Okay. Do you promise that everything you said today is true?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Ending the recording at 009.
All right. Tuesday.
Okay, so that was the first interview on February 27th, 2024 from Jen Soto, Potato Head. Now we're going on to the next one. This one's only like 20 minutes long, so let's try to get through it without me being on like peanut gallery in the back.
Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, 11:16 hours for OCSO case 24-011313. Can you state your full name?
Jennifer Soto.
All right, Jennifer. So I'm here to talk to you today. We're going to talk about, and you're familiar with kind of why we're talking right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me when is the last time you were with Saw?
Saw her, I'm gonna say Sunday night.
Okay.
I heard her Monday getting ready for school.
So you last saw her Sunday night about what time?
I would say 11 p.m. before she went to bed.
And you were here at home?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And where did she go to bed? Was she in her room, your room, or something else?
She actually slept upstairs with we have a guest bedroom. We were all going to sleep together in the same bed, but I needed some good sleep. And I got a new job recently. I haven't been well rested. I needed some.
Pause. I can't cancel. I'm cutting the live. I needed some good sleep while my daughter got abused by my boyfriend. Let that sink in. Hello? That's disgusting. We know how we feel. I know. We're beating a dead horse.
Sleep. So I asked, hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was going to get her ready and...
Sorry. Okay, so, you needed some good sleep. So was it about 11 o'clock?
Yeah. I sent them upstairs and I went to bed.
Okay. And that was about 11?
Yeah.
And do you guys normally all sleep together? Because I know you said that she sleeps in your room with you typically, right?
She sleeps with me typically. Typically when he comes into town, because he lives with his parents in Northport, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes to town, he'll sleep in the guest bedroom.
Okay. And Stefan is the one you're referring to, right?
Yeah, Stefan.
Stefan. How often does he stay here?
Oh, he moved away back in December, so I'm going to say he's visited at least 2 to 3 times since then.
Okay. Why did he move away?
He was offered a better, well, his dad had offered him a job,
Mm-hmm.
but it fell through.
Oh.
So
okay.
now we're trying to get him back here.
And he just visits?
Yeah.
When he visits, does he stay for like hours, days, weeks?
I would say days. This time we had planned on him staying a whole week because I was going through training at work.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted him to be here to help me with the dog, help me with the training.
Okay, so this time he was planning to stay for a week. How long has he been here? Or when did he arrive, rather, this time?
I can't remember if he arrived Saturday or Sunday morning.
Okay, that's fine. Sometime this weekend?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, late night crew? I see Scott, life artist. What's up? Beautiful Lily, I love you. I already know I said hi. Jenna Gypsy, Clark, thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. Truly. I know you can be watching anyone and doing whatever you want. And, I just appreciate you. Truly.
So that was last night around 11. And so about what time did you hear her on Monday morning?
Hey, Jenna.
I heard everyone getting ready around, I'm going to say 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And was it just Steph? Who else lives here?
I have roommates.
Okay.
I have 𝐁𝐿𝐤𝐿, who's one roommate, and then Natalie Rosiero.
Okay. And you just heard all of them, or did you hear anyone in specific?
No, I just heard, if anything, Stefan came and woke me up accidentally because he was trying to let the dog out.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog gets really nervous sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to help him with that, get him on his leash. But he got him situated and took him for a walk.
Okay.
I don't buy the McDonald's story. I don't buy the dog in the leash story. Hi, Stephanie. Love you too. You're a real one. You're always here.
Did you hear
Appreciate you.
around 7 or 8?
I heard noises in the kitchen, but I'm not sure,
Not sure who it was exactly.
who it was exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
It could have been any of the roommates.
But you didn't see her leave Monday morning. Were you still in bed or still in your room?
I was still asleep, yeah.
Gotcha. What time does she normally leave for school?
We usually leave around 8:50 at the latest.
Okay. What time does she have to be at school by?
9:28 is when school starts.
Gotcha. And so I think you had said the previous night, you and Stefan had agreed that he was going to get and take her in the morning? Okay.
And they were going to stop at McDonald's and get breakfast, but she changed her mind last minute and did not want McDonald's.
Okay. When'd you find that out?
When did I find that out? When Stefan called me around 10:18 in the morning, I had stepped out to go get blood work done. And he had just let me know that he just got back home from running a few errands. And that I asked, did you guys ever just stop at McDonald's? And he said, no, she changed her mind. He tried convincing her a few times, but she did not want McDonald's anymore.
What time did you leave the house yesterday in the morning? Or what time did you step out, rather?
I'm going to say around 9:30.
Thank you, Clara. I appreciate your kind words. And I appreciate you being here. We love you here, Clara. Hey, Jen, no. From running a few errands, like burying your child. And she's like, oh, the body, you know, he stashed it over there. No big deal. It's like, we just stashed our goodies over there. Like, she's sick. It's sick. Jenno, I can't unsee the voice lines under the moon. It's creepy. Jack-o'-lantern making a mean face. I see this all because all I hear, right? The lies. The lies. I wonder if Lily says, I wonder if Jen can see the taste of fecal matter on the back of her throat because she's so full of shit. It's not funny, but you're funny, Lily. I hope so. Where is Jen Soto? Hello? Hello? Like, can we call her? Like, where you at, Jen Soto? Where you at? Why are you not on the YouTubes? Why are you not on the news like you were the first day, lying and comforting your predator boyfriend? Why are you suddenly... Oh, you have lawyers? Okay, well, if you were innocent, you would be defending your daughter and sticking up for her.
Had Stefan returned at all?
No.
So you were...
Asleep?
There for...
I'm dead.
Just so I have my times kind of right. So you woke up around 7 or 8. You saw Stefan... because you helped him with the dog because he was letting the dog out, right?
Yeah.
And then did you go back to sleep or were you just kind of in the room?
I laid back down and went back to sleep.
Okay. And then do you remember what time you woke up after that?
I believe I set my alarm for 9 a.m.
Gotcha. So it would have been around 9 a.m. that you woke up. And in that time you didn't see Stefan return at all? Okay. You left around 9:30, and then Stefan called you around 10 to say he got home?
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Okay. Did he say anything else aside from she didn't want to go to McDonald's?
About her, no. About his morning, yes. He had tried going to the vape shop when it opened right after he dropped her off from school and waited, but they never opened on time, so he came back, hung out a little bit, and he came home around 10 and then went back out eventually to the vape store to go get some vape stuff.
So he left after 10. What time did you get back home for the day?
Let me check something. I'm going to check what time my blood work appointment is at. I'll give you more of an accurate time.
Yeah.
Okay, so my appointment was at 10:15 and it took them 45 minutes to see me. So I didn't get home until 11:15, 11:30.
And was Stefan back at that point in time?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I can't remember.
And then what did the day look like after that? That's fine.
So I did my blood work, then I came back, and then I just waited. I waited for the rest of the day until 2:30 to leave. I wait in the car line, so I'm first in line to pick her up.
Yeah, that car line can be vicious. So you left approximately 2:30.
Yeah.
And pickups around 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when you got there at 4, then what happened?
I waited in the car line for about 10 minutes, and she never came out. So I thought maybe I missed her. I couldn't remember if I told her I was picking her up from school that day or if she had to walk to the office.
Okay, if your kid is missing when you pick them up or you don't notice they're there, like, are you going to email? Is this the way you react? I don't know. I don't have children. So I'm curious. I don't think I would be sending an email. My ass would be going ham. Like, where's my child? or maybe not. Maybe I'm just too much.
So I went to the office to see if she made it. She never did. I drove around a little bit.
Okay.
I drove around a little bit. Looking for her. I went back to the school. The school was closed at this point. I wanted to speak to somebody at the office to see if anybody could tell me if she had been there. I think at this point I had called, before I went to the school, I actually called her best friend and I said, with you, I can't find her. She didn't walk to the office and she wasn't at school when I went to pick her up. She said she never made it.
I love you guys. And of course, like, why don't you do everyone a favor and take a dirt nap? Oh no, did I see? I'm done. Patrona says, JoJo, it's so weird that she does that. Right. She emailed figuring out that in the moment school was also closed. Can someone tell Jen Soto, like, that past 5 o'clock, like, emails don't work? And if your child is missing, you call 911 right away? Like, no. Gracie says 35 years almost on Aussie. Oh, you're ahead of the future, my love. Let me know what you see in my future. Tell me.
She's it's a first or second period, and I'm like, what do you mean? I dropped her off, we dropped her off close to school, and she said she didn't make it to first or second period. I said, please check with the rest of your friends. She did. She got back to me, said none of them saw her today. I emailed one of her teachers. Her teacher texted me her attendance for the whole day and told me she wasn't in school at all. And that's when I knew something was wrong, and I freaked out.
Okay.
Now you freaked out?
Is it typical to walk to after school?
If I'm working, yes.
And where? I mean, in relation to the school, like, is it a close walk, long walk?
It's a very close walk.
Okay.
Okay, so, like, story time. Pause. I used to ditch school all the time in, like, middle school. I know, bad kid. And, like, my parents were called right away. By the time I got back to lunch at school, so we wouldn't show up. We'd go get, like, Starbucks, go smoke, whatever we were doing back in the day. And so, like, by the time I came back from lunch, my parents were already there, or my sister, and I was already in trouble. Is it just me? Or, like, Is that how it was for you guys? Like missing in school and like Jen Soto being ignorant. It's different for everyone, right? Everyone has a different educational system, upbringing. You grow up differently. But yo, my school was like on top of it. They were like, where is she? Where's Melly? Where's Melly? Like she didn't show up. It was wild.
So typically in the morning, if, or I guess before Stefan moved, did he live with y'all?
Wow, they redacted that much? Yeah, they did. Sorry, guys.
Or something to kind of clear her own head?
So there's a lake right behind this building.
Mm-hmm.
She'll sometimes sit at the dock or by the lake, but I check on her often.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, if she, I don't know if something at school upset her, something here upset her. Not that it would be anyone's fault, but if there's somewhere that she may go for, like, you know, peace of mind.
Yeah, it would be the lake right behind the house.
Does she do any extracurriculars?
No.
Got it. Now, your roommates, I know you told me their names earlier. Are you okay? Do you have to use the bathroom?
No, I'm just anxious.
Okay.
I've got anxiety. Let me see. Where is...
Julie, my beautiful Julie, I know you're at work. Thank you. You're a real one. You're always trying to support and show love. And anyone who's here, hit the like button, subscribe. What's up? We talk about our feelings here. We don't have an agenda. We're just here for true crime and random life stuff.
Okay, Angelica, she primarily speaks Spanish, so you probably need a Spanish speaker.
And then Natalie. Got it. Alright. When's the last time you got in any kind of trouble at home?
I'm gonna say a few weeks ago.
What was that for?
I don't think... If she gets if she gets in trouble for anything, it's for her disorganization and messiness. So she leaves laundry on the floor, her room's a mess, she keeps her space very disorganized. So I kind of get on top of her. Do I remember the actual argument? No. When I went through her text messages back on February 2nd or 3rd, she had expressed to a friend that, you know, I was crazy. I was acting, you know, being nuts.
Almost old stuff to say.
Yeah, apparently I don't remember this in this conversation. I remember saying this once, but not in February. But she had said, you know, if she continues to behave this way or not listen, you know, when she turns 18, I'm not going to want to live with her.
Okay.
Or also I would ship her off to her dad's.
Oh.
But I never...
Where does her dad live?
I would ship her off to her dad's. Y'all better stop talking about food in the chat. I'm a blank on the name. Yeah, I commend all these detectives. Clark says, I commend all these detectives for keeping a straight face. I wouldn't be able to do it. Jen Soto, we know you're a liar and you have a pill for that. Stephanie, have no room to talk. Yeah, I want a cheeseburger too. I love Frida too. When I worked at Ulta, they had like a makeup collection about Frida and it was awesome. But we can talk about that later. Jenna says, you're her role model and you have a room. Right. Jen. We don't like you, you dirty, rotten, stinky potato.
Houston, Texas.
Okay. Has she ever expressed wanting to go back and live with them?
No.
How often does she see him or talk to him at all?
Talks to him once in a while.
Via phone or probably?
Yeah, via phone, yeah.
Okay.
Text message or Instagram, they'll message each other. But I talked to him last night, and she's like, just so you're aware, she hasn't said anything about making plans to come over here or see me or come visit me, so he doesn't have any information on where she might be.
Okay.
He's actually willing to come over here, too, if we need him to.
Okay. But she's never made any plans, I guess, to go see him.
No.
What's her dad's name?
Thank you, Gracie, my love, for being here. I know you're going through pain. Everyone show Gracie some love, some healing energy, you know, fam love. I appreciate you for always being such a good friend. Truly.
Do you know his phone number?
So I think it's this one. It's
And he lives in Texas.
in Houston, yeah.
How long has he lived? Or how long?
He was in the military way, either it's Kansas or
Oh, so he's never had any, like, custody or
No.
anything with her?
nothing.
Okay. And has she ever formed a relationship with him where they bonded and talk or anything that, like, I guess I would try to rule out the possibility that she would be trying to go to Texas and see him or meet up with him or...
Stephanie said unwashed potatoes, stinky, rotten, gross, moldy. What else? What's another good adjective? I'm trying to think, like, did I say rotten? Gross. What else should we say? Vomit inducing, stinky potato. Is that enough? All right, I'm done being mean. Okay. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm not trying to be a bully. No one is a dirty, stinky potato except Jen Soto.
As close as they can be with how limited contact he does have with her. He texts her once in a blue, right? Not as consistent as I would like him to, but
Okay.
I don't think she's making her move to go.
Yeah.
She's left her debit card here. All the money's here. Her cell phone's here.
Is it typical of her to leave her cell phone? Does she normally have it?
She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful. This happens often.
Oh, so she frequently forgets her things?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as her mental diagnosis, she's diagnosed with ADHD. How long has she had ADHD?
Since she was like 5, 6. They also diagnosed her at the same time with autism. So she's had an autism diagnosis for a few years now. I've reassessed her recently. They told me she had some autistic traits, but they weren't sure if she was autistic.
So Sebastian Rogers and Maddie Soto went missing around the same time. Well, and then Maddie was found. Fortunately, her body, and then Sebastian unfortunately wasn't. And like both of their moms say the same thing, like, oh, their autism makes them less than, right? And it's like, you know, that's not true, Jen Soto. Like Maddie wasn't delayed because of her autism or ADHD. She was delayed because of the drama she was experiencing. Like, get real.
So, I mean, do you ever notice her mental capacity impacting her ability to, I guess, be around other kids or function normally?
I would say sometimes, because she acts... I'm not sure. Sometimes she'll make some decisions that I'm just like, where did that come from? Like,
I mean, is that like, would that be a result of a mental disability, or would that be like a result of her being...
He just said the same thing.
I mean, does she...
I hadn't heard this.
I guess
yeah.
like basic questions I always kind of ask her. Can she feed herself without assistance? Does she shower and bathe without assistance? I mean, she has a phone, so she can text and talk to people. She has friends at school. Gotcha. And has she ever complained about school?
Not complained exactly. I know it's tough on her. She's given a lot of work. She's always behind on work.
Okay.
So why is she behind? Because she's dealing with trauma, anxiety, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Hello? Like, I can't even listen to her anymore. I can't.
Got it.
It's killing
and
me.
I think the deputies already
In my
last
heart.
night kind of went through her social media a little bit, but if you're okay with it, I'd actually like to take her phone so that I can see if I can get anything else from it. You know, typically I will, typically me being able to go through it and go through text and social media will help me sort of establish a pattern of where people go and whatnot. If that's something you'd let me do.
Sure. Will you take her phone away forever, or just for right now?
Just for as long as I need it to actually go through it. So I'll give it back to you as soon as I'm done.
Her choice of words, forever. Really? When you know your daughter's gone? Let that sink in, you guys. It's always choice of words.
As soon as we find her, I'll give it back to her, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, that's just about all the questions I have at the moment. You know her better than I do. I guess my last thing would be like, what do you think based off of everything that we've talked about and everything that you've learned so far? Is anything sticking out to you?
No. Based off of everything, me knowing her and knowing how she is, and how tight-knit we are, like, I don't think she would run away.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was taken, like, on that short walk from where she was dropped off to the school. It was early in the morning. I'm not sure how many cars were around.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was dropped off somewhere between 8:30 and 8:45 in the morning, which is earlier than we normally take her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I want to say, from what I understood, Orange County got footage of someone by the church in a description of what she was wearing early that morning, just hanging out in the parking lot, and then she got up and left.
Thank you, C. Vincent, for being here. Appreciate you. You're always a real one, showing love. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, so the video, they wrote it here, but there was a video of essentially what looks like her at around 8:45, just about that time, walking into that church parking lot that's right near where she got dropped off by Stefan. And it looks like she sits there for about 15 minutes or so and then walks away. So
I'm wondering if it's typical for her to wait at that parking lot too for my stepdad to pick her up from school, so it's not abnormal for her to hang out there.
in that parking lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you think of any reason why she might have chosen yesterday morning to wait there? I mean, obviously, your stepdad's not picking her
he
up
wasn't
in the
picking her
morning,
up.
but
I wonder if she knew, like, if she had an idea she was super early, so she was just trying to kill time a little bit. But I don't know why she didn't go directly to the school. Like,
yeah.
she should have.
Okay.
I know when Stefan dropped her off, he said that he saw her rummaging through her phone as he drove away, like deeply looking into her
Backpack.
her backpack.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she was looking for her phone and realized she didn't have it with her at that time.
Got it.
But
Okay. Does she have any kind of boyfriend or significant other at school that she's ever talked about or expressed?
No boyfriend. She did recently tell Stefan that she had a crush on a boy.
Oh, okay. And that's
And we saw messages between them and nothing seemed weird. But you can
Okay.
look through that as well. His
Thank
name
you.
is...
I assume another middle school boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. Well, that is all the questions I have for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I'll just get one more quick thing from you. 11:44 hours.
Are you guys talking to Stefan out here?
Yeah, they're right out there. They just wanted to ask him a couple things, but I figured I'd just ask you this at the same time for the sake of time. Do you recognize...
Okay, so this next part is like just like I think it's like 9 minutes. It's the last interview, part 3. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Mary Beth. I feel like we need to have a Melly after dark. I know I said I would have one last night, but I've been conjuring and brainstorming things I want to talk about on a Melly after dark. It's gonna be a long one. Like, you better bring your popcorn, you better bring your drinks, you better bring your blanket, you better bring your doggy so you can cuddle, you better bring whatever else you need, right? We're gonna have a Melly after dark where we talk about like mental health and like etc. But this is definitely something I want to talk about, this stuff on the Maddie Soto case. Y'all know I'm big on like children and victims of child crimes. I worked with the organization here in California that helped children of SA abuse. It was very personal to me. It helped me get through a lot of trauma and stuff, you know, just emotionally. You learn to deal with people and stuff. So I was waiting for Melly after dark. Yes. Julie, I love you so much. You're always so supportive. You're great. Yeah, you know, I've been held. Sometimes I feel like we get a little spicy on Melly after dark. So I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I come with a lot of topics to speak about, and then it'll be public just while we do it, and then I'll private it. But yeah, don't worry, we'll be back.
Recognize this vehicle at all? I wanted to see if I could...
Okay, so this is the third part of the interview on February 27th. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's about 9 minutes long, and then we'll be done with tonight's live, and then we can just touch base and talk about what's next.
So I know it's pretty grainy. It's this one right here. That one's tough, but...
I found out you can actually drink on YouTube. I did. I checked in with them because I was on panel with a friend and we were having drinks, and I was like, I don't want to get banned. So drinks are allowed. You can drink but not smoke on the YouTube. If you're gonna ask me, Melly, what do you think about that? I would say it's wild, because I have been not myself and done things I've regretted off of alcohol and never off of smoking. So back in the day. So that's another topic we can discuss, and interesting how YouTube chooses what they're gonna allow and not.
Does that look familiar at all?
No,
You don't know that anywhere?
I don't know that part.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is it's hard to show you on my phone because the quality of the video just kind of gets worse when I've downloaded it from the church's computer, and the quality just gets kind of worse. Can you make out like the shape of that being black shorts and that being possibly a green jacket?
I see the green.
Would that, I mean, I know it's very difficult to recognize, but would that be something, some clothes that she owns, or
Yes.
would the quality be too bad for you to be able to tell based on that?
I mean, the quality's terrible. But
Yeah.
the color scheme.
Would that be akin to something that she owns?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the hair looks a little dark in the
Yeah.
from here.
Dirty blonde. It could pass for dirty blonde.
That
I
could
think.
possibly
Yeah.
be her. Okay. Is that... I can't tell just from looking at it, but is that Stefan's car? It looks a little darker from there, but I almost can't tell like if it's a Toyota or looks a little different.
From the front looks different. That looks like a Toyota from the front.
From the front it looks different, right?
And then from the side,
It could be.
It's got a little.
Cadillac.
I mean, yeah, the grill is kind of the same. A little bit. The headlights look a bit the same. Okay, cool. No, I just wanted to see if you kind of were able to help me with that. So this whole living in the woods thing, I have people like tromping through the woods right now on horses and ATVs and all sort of things, but has she ever mentioned that before?
Just in that text that I saw.
Just that's the only time you've ever heard of it? Is she outdoorsy at all? Does she like camping?
We used to go hiking.
Okay.
But we haven't done that in a while.
Okay. Where did you go? Was it around here?
Where would we go? We go hiking in like St. Cloud. Lake Lizzie Preserve is what it's called.
Oh yeah, well that's not too far.
It's about 35 minutes away.
Yeah. Okay.
On 182. Lake Lizzie Preserve. We've also walked Shingle Creek before, but we haven't done that in a very long while.
Got it.
But no, I know the thing is, I started talking to her about World War III. I was talking about, like, hey, this is going on in Palestine and Israel right now.
Oh, so you're talking to her about the wars.
I was telling her, I was talking to her about just what's happening politically, and I'm like, you know, I don't know what that means for us, but we'll see what happens. But
Jen, how about you don't talk to her about World War III and what's going on in Palestine when she can't even fathom the abuse she's enduring in your home, in wherever you live. California, is that where they live? Or no, Florida, Kissimmee, I'm sorry, at the time. I understand the World War III and what's going on in Palestine is critical. We can save that for Melly After Dark, but like, Jen, really? She can barely wake up and go to school because your boyfriend is abusing her at night while she's drugged up.
Talk to her about World War III, so that's what I'm just saying.
How long ago was that? I mean, is that something that might have impacted her?
Yeah, I feel like
okay.
That's why when I read that conversation, I'm like, oh, that's directly related to me talking to her about what's happening in Israel, Palestine, and the potential World War III that might happen from that.
Okay.
And that's why she said she wanted to go live in the woods.
Okay, got it. All right. No, just wanted to figure out where that might have come from. Maybe help me see if she just wanted to be in the outdoors.
Definitely, the World War III conversation, that's definitely me.
Okay.
That was me.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. So one thing that I think I may have misheard you say earlier, but I want to make sure that I have it absolutely clear, is on Sunday night, y'all went to bed around 11, and the reason that you sent her upstairs with Stefan was because you had work in the morning, was it? Or you just started a new job?
I just started a new job and I haven't been sleeping well.
Oh.
I take psychiatric meds every night for my bipolar disorder, and if I don't take them the right way, eat, and go to sleep on time,
They don't work.
They don't work.
Gotcha.
So I was just like, hey, I really need these meds because I forgot them the night before. I forgot them, I think, Saturday night. So Sunday I was not myself. So I asked, I'm like, hey, I need to be medicated. I need to sleep. Can you take care of the morning duties so I can go and sleep?
Gotcha. All right. No, I just wanted to make sure I understood you right, because I was like, did you have work in the morning? Or I didn't write that down, and I wanted to make sure I heard you okay. Are there any cameras in the neighborhood that you know? Does anyone have any ring cameras? Do you have any security cameras out front?
I'm gonna say there are cameras in the front. There are cameras in the back gate as well.
Okay.
I know one neighbor around here has a Ring camera, but I didn't watch anything like that.
Okay.
Hey, Tay, how are you?
And if you don't mind, just try to keep people out of because I have a canine that's coming. If you don't mind, they're going to try to run another track from the church and from here.
Okay.
To see if we can maybe just try it again. You know, last night it didn't work out because the dog lost interest and they weren't able to continue. But I figured, you know, it's worth another try. The dogs are pretty good, so just try to keep them out of her room. We're probably going to use like does she have dirty laundry or like a hamper?
Her most recent dirty laundry is on my bathroom floor, and we've walked around it. We haven't touched it.
Okay, just keep people off of it.
Yeah.
Just and as much as you can, try to avoid crowding the front door for the dog.
Yeah.
So that they know where to go from. Okay.
Just let me know when they're coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. They're gonna call me when they're on the way. But just as much as you can, try to keep the scent pretty fresh. There you go. Cool. All right. And another thing I just wanted to confirm, because I know the last night was a long night, but you said you said when you woke up around 9, you left your house at 9:30 for your doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
and Stefan hadn't come home yet. And then he called you at 10. You were
At
already
like
gone.
10:15, yeah.
10:15ish to have the conversation. McDonald's and
Yeah, she didn't want McDonald's, so he came home. I think he had accidentally left his phone at home.
yeah.
So he was just letting me know, because I had called him multiple times. So he was just returning my call going, I'm so sorry, I left the phone at home. I went to the vape store. I waited there for a little bit. Nobody was there. He came back home for a little bit and then went back out to the vape store.
And then what time did you get home again? Was it around 11?
Let me see. I'm going to say around 11:15.
Because I think if I heard you right the first time, you got home at 11 and you and Stefan were both here, and then he left to go to the vape store again.
I did see him, yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I had that, because like I said, sometimes you forget to write things down and I don't want to misremember. But okay, that's all I have for you right now. We're still looking. I mean, that's unfortunately the best update I can give you, is we're all out and we're everywhere, asking people and looking, and I know your family's also doing the same. So if you get anything new like that thing you sent me just a little bit ago that I can look into, just keep on sending them to me, okay?
Yeah. Were any of those helpful about the vehicles?
There's something for me to look into, to look for license plate readers and stuff. As of right now, I haven't been able to find anything else or confirm it, but I mean, it's still helpful for me to, in case something else comes across in the future. So, just, yeah, if you receive anything else, let me know. But I mean, do know that obviously, just like that kid pranked you earlier, because it's so public, you're gonna have kids doing that. So, don't be too scared by it if someone does that again. Okay? All right. Thank you.
How do you guys feel? What do you think? Okay, so I know we're kind of like backtracking. It's because I mod all the time. So when I'm modding for channels, I don't get to catch a lot of the content because I'm like focused on modding. So I like to come back here and like review and have our little conversation. So we reviewed those audio calls. I want to review Stefan Stern's interrogation. I know we've seen it. It's very long. It's like 4 hours or something. Not tonight, but sometime this week. So I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Should I do it in one night or split it? You guys want to bring your popcorn and have like a late night? I don't know. Or like split it into 2 lives. So let me know what you think about that. There's other interviews I want to play from the Maddie Soto case. It's not like a case that I'm covering to full extent. So I recommend going to Guilty of Crime, Vinny, Court TV, or ATS News, or who did I say earlier? There's someone I'm missing. Oh, Grizzly, who I got content from tonight, to follow it like religiously, but I just want to cover like the main points, and I want to cover it because it does involve children and victims of SA abuse, which is a topic that I want to cover here on my channel. And so I want to cover Pig Vomit's interview. What do you guys think? All at once? Okay, so we're gonna have like a little Melly marathon, and I'm gonna bring like a glass of wine, my popcorn, my blankie. Yeah, Guilty of Crime has a lot. If people have been following it, like interview by interview and like as it goes, it's amazing. I haven't, so I just want to cover like the main interviews and the main stuff about the case and maybe the trial. Yes, you did Guilty of Crime. Beautiful Jay, Guilty of Crime. Go follow. I'm sure all of you already do. Need I say more? I always talk about Guilty of Crime on here, which I just said earlier. If you want to follow it religiously by someone that knows the case, that's definitely the channel to do it. And she's reliable, great content, integrity, and I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by, Guilty of Crime. Appreciate you. So, like I said, I'm just covering some of the interviews here. If you want in depth, and you want chronological and all the details, all the good stuff, like I said, go to Guilty of Crime, Vinny, any of those. Those are all channels that I can vouch for. And like, I try not to miss any Guilty of Crimes lives on these because I don't follow the case like that. I just didn't from the beginning, or with the Sebastian case. And that's okay. I think there's people who are meant to cover it from start to finish. And I think Guilty of Crime does a great job doing that. Same with Vinny and Court TV and ETS News and all of them. So go follow, subscribe, show love. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to cover Stephen Stern's interrogation. Like I said, bring your popcorn, bring your blanket, bring your drink, bring your vape, whatever else YouTube allows. I'm not condoning any of it. Don't do any of it. But if you must, that's okay. No judgment here on my channel. You're all welcome. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. We covered this. You know, I got a little in my feelings talking about trauma and stuff. We're going to do a Melly, not a Melly After Dark. We're going to do like a Melly True Crime Mental Health Live. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. There's a new legal document that I want to, well, it's not new, but new to my channel that I want to cover tomorrow. So I will be live twice tomorrow. I will still be doing the Melly After Darks. I just feel like I need to behave. I need to behave. Whatever that means, right? I appreciate you guys, my beautiful friends, lovely friends. Michelle, Julie, Lily, Patronus, Stephanie, my Beth, Gracie, my angel, Guilty of Crime, Beautiful Jay, Julie, my love, Tipsy, an angel. If you guys can see Tipsy, she's my mod here. Stephanie, beautiful Stephanie, blah, 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 blah. How I feel. Blah, blah, blah. No, love you. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Hit the like button. Okay, so you guys said you want Pig Vomits interview all in one. Like I said, bring your popcorn, bring your dog, bring your drink, bring your vape, whatever it is you need. We're going to do that this week. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed and safe night. Catch you on Guilty of Crime tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then we'll do another live here. We're going to do a legal document. I'm a nerd. I like reading those. I know people are like, they're not big fans of it. I feel like it's like, who wants to listen to someone read like penal codes and like, I think they're interesting. I'd rather hear straight from the court than from any other source, right? At the end of the day, that is the justice system, and that's who we're probably going to get the best answer from. So I like reading those indictments and complaints and lawsuits. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I enjoy it. I don't know. I do. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, follow Guilty of Crime. See you guys there tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here and covering this Rotten Potatoes interviews, which we've heard before. Yes, and like I said, once I can get to like 500 subs, I want to start doing like something new where we bring people on panels. So share, subscribe, like, all of the above, right? I'm so good at modding for other people, but not for myself. But yeah, I want to share all of that. And I think I also do want to talk about, like I said, I want to do a live on mental health and like stuff like that, because I'm big on it, right? And I work with it all the time. So, and I'm an advocate for it, meaning that I've been through it. So I would like to incorporate that on my YouTube channel. So no one feels that they can use that against anyone. Like I said earlier, we got on our feelings. It's not the time. We can talk about it later. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Happy Monday. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Stay kind. Don't judge. Don't be a follower. Stay true to yourself. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. I appreciate you guys for being here. And have a good night.